My reaction to the divisional round of the 2023-2024 NFL season. And I did not put chapstick on before this, although I have been putting more on recently, trying to. I didn't put some on before this because I'm about to take a shower after this video. But anyways, back to my reactions to the 2023-2024 NFL season divisional round playoffs. Starting with Saturday, Texans at Ravens. Ravens beat the Texans 10. The game was pretty even. At half, it was a 10-10 ball game at half until the Ravens dominated the second half. Both teams kicked the field goal to have the score at 3-3 at the end of the first quarter. Then Lamar Jackson threw a touchdown to Nelson Aguilar. Texans got the ball back later on in the game, scored a punt return touchdown to tie the game at 10-10 towards the end of the half. And then the Ravens went on a 24-0 second half run, which included a touchdown from Lamar. 3 touchdowns, actually. 3 touchdowns from Lamar Jackson, 2 on the ground, 1 through the air to Isaiah Likely to put the game out of reach. And then finally ended with a field goal to end the game, towards the end of the game. Overall, it was just a dominant second half for the Ravens. Although I gotta credit the Texans though, they fought in the first half, but they just ran out of gas in the second half. The Ravens just dominated. Next, Packers 49ers. 49ers beat the Packers 4-21. As the score indicates, it was a very close battle. Green Bay scored the first points of the game, went up 3-0 with a field goal from Anders Carlson. Then the Niners struck back in the second quarter, scoring a touchdown from Brock Purdy to George Kittle. Offensively, Lamar Jackson had 4 total touchdowns, 2 on the ground and 2 through the air. Had 100 yards rushing. Defensively, the Ravens held the Texans' offense to 0 points in the second half. 3 points in total on offense in the game. Brock Purdy for the Niners played pretty bad. Although he did have a game-winning drive to make up for his lackluster performance in the game. Should have had 3 interceptions, the 1 or 2 pick sixes. Threw the ball right to the Packers. The Packers were unable to catch the balls, though. Brock Purdy had 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Like I said, should have had 3. He had 252 yards passing and went 23 of 29. Christian McCaffrey had a big game. He had 98 yards on 17 carries and 2 touchdowns. George Kittle had a touchdown, and on the defensive side of the football, they were not able to sack Jordan Love, but they did force him into 2 interceptions. Jordan Love had a fairly decent game. He had 2 touchdowns, but threw 2 costly interceptions, which included a costly interception to end the game. Threw for 194 yards and went 21 of 34 actually. Aaron Jones had a big game, 108 yards rushing on 18 carries. As the Niners move on to the NFC Championship game to play the Lions, and the Packers head home. All in all, the Packers, other than those 2 interceptions, they have to feel pretty good about how the game went. Had a chance to win it, but were not able to because of those 2 costly interceptions. Sunday, Buccaneers-Lions. Lions beat the Buccaneers 31-23. It was a very good game. Baker Mayfield went 26 of 41, threw for 349 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Were unable to get anything on the ground, though. But Mike Evans had a big game, 8 receptions, 147 yards receiving at a touchdown. Jared Goff threw for 30. He threw 30 completions out of 43 attempts. Threw for 287 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs had 74 yards off 9 carries. David Montgomery had 33 yards off 10 carries. Both Jahmyr Gibbs and Craig Reynolds had a touchdown. Monroe had 8 receptions, 77 yards receiving, and a touchdown. And Sam Laporta had 65 yards receiving off 9 receptions. Josh Reynolds also had a receiving touchdown. The defense was able to pick off Baker Mayfield twice. 1 interception from C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and the last interception was to seal the game. Derek Barnes sealed the win for the Lions as they play in the NFC Championship game next. Finally, Chiefs-Bills. The Chiefs beat the Bills 27-24. Patrick Mahomes went 17 of 20, had 215 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Isaiah Pacheco had 15 carries, 97 yards rushing, and a touchdown. And Travis Kelce had 5 receptions, 75 yards receiving, and 2 touchdowns. Overall, it was kind of a shootout throughout most of the game. Josh Allen went 26 of 39, threw for 186 yards receiving, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Josh Allen also had 12 carries, 72 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. The passing touchdown was to Khalil Shakir, but ultimately the Bills' offense stalled out the last few drives of the game for them. And the kickers, Tyler Bass, missed a kick that would have tied the game at 27 all, which I'm not going to completely fault him for the game, because even if he made that kick, you still would have given Patrick Mahomes a minute left in the game. And with the way the Bills' defense was playing in the game, the Chiefs were going to win anyways. But ultimately, the Bills just didn't make enough plays. Defensively, I'm not going to fault them too much. They're banged up. Offensively, Stephon Diggs dropped a pass. Josh Allen missed a pass. And what's the guy's name? Offensive lineman for the Bills. And Dawkins missed the block. Ultimately, the Bills just did not make enough plays, especially offensively, for them to win this game. Not all on Josh Allen, although he does have some blame for this game. But ultimately, the team just didn't make enough plays, especially offensively, for them to win this game. And now they're going home, and the Chiefs are playing the Ravens next in the AFC Championship game. The thing is, when you play the Chiefs, you have to play your best football, because if you don't, even if you don't play your best football, even at Kansas City's worst, you're not gonna beat them. It's just not gonna happen. So in order for you to beat the Chiefs, you gotta play at your best, and the Bills just didn't. But anyways, that was a very interesting weekend of football. Let's see how the championship round goes. Hopefully my Lions win. I think they can win, and I hope they win, but we'll see.